Welcome back to Mawg Games. Today in Fallout 4, we're going to be taking a look at our unlimited caps machine. In order to make this, you're going to need the Contraptions DLC as well as the Manufacturing Extended mod available on Nexus. Now let's go take a look at exactly how we put this together. First, we need a component extractor with a piece of steel in it, a recycler to break down items into their component parts, a sorter with a piece of steel in it. This will send the steel up the conveyor lift and everything else into the conveyor storage. The reason we are after steel is so we can make Vault-Tec lunchboxes. Why Vault-Tec lunchboxes? Well, it's because they are filled with things that we can sell. From here, the steel is going to travel up the conveyor lift, down a conveyor belt to another lift, down that conveyor belt to a builder, which is going to turn 3 pieces of steel into one Vault-Tec lunchbox. From this point, it's going to continue along that conveyor belt and dump into this glass receptacle. The receptacle is separated from a hopper by an automatic garage door. This hopper leads to another conveyor belt. When we're ready, we will raise the garage door and release the items from the receptacle into the hopper. Now let's take a closer look at what exactly is going on with the glass receptacle. Now the first thing you might notice is some sawed blade traps from the Wasteland Workshop DLC. Now this is more of a quality of life upgrade to this glass receptacle and not necessary in order for you to make your very own unlimited caps machine. The next thing you'll notice is a pitching machine. This is loaded with pulse grenades. These will blow open the Vault-Tec lunchboxes that we dumped into the glass receptacle earlier. Now really there are 2 halves to this machine. The first half that we went over was the manufacturing side. This next side we're going to go over, we can consider the recycling side. The first thing we'll need on this side is a sorter with a Vault-Tec lunchbox in it. The lunchboxes will go to another conveyor belt, while all the other items will end up in this conveyor storage. This is your profit. Believe it or not, we're after the pens, pencils, spoons, forks, and knives. These items weigh nearly nothing, or in some cases nothing at all, and we can acquire enough of them in a short amount of time to wipe out every single vendor in the map. Now, Vault-Tec lunchboxes respawn as unopened when they go through any sort of container. Due to this, we're going to send them back up another conveyor lift to be dumped back into the glass receptacle again. For demonstration purposes, I am only going to run the recycling half of the machine, as I have no further need to manufacture any more Vault-Tec lunchboxes. The sorter will send our lunchboxes to another conveyor lift. Once up this lift, our lunchboxes are dumped into the receptacle again, ready to be blown open. Now, once you reach a certain number of these lunchboxes, there really is no need for any more. Remember, these lunchboxes respawn as unopened anytime they go through any storage. This means that every time you pick up an empty lunchbox and drop it again, it will have new items inside. So you can run these through the recycling half of the machine over and over and over again. Once we've collected a fair number of lunchboxes in the receptacle, it's time to blow them open. Now we're going to use a small barrage of pulse grenades to accomplish this task. 2 to 3 typically get the job done. Next, we'll open the garage door and let our items fall into the hopper below. Now this is where that quality of life saw blade trap upgrade comes in handy. We can use the saw blades to push the remaining items from the receptacle to the hopper. We start with the saw blade furthest away from the garage door, then we'll go to the middle, and finally the closest saw blade to the garage door. It isn't perfect, it's kind of messy, but it gets the job done, and it gets most of the items from the receptacle into that hopper. Here you can see our profit items dropping from the hopper to the conveyor belt for storage. Spoons, forks, knives, Dandy Boy apples, Nuka-Cola, baseballs. You get a little bit of everything. Everything is worth selling. Well, everything with little to no weight, that is. It's better off just eating and drinking the Dandy Boy apples and Nuka-Cola. If you haven't figured it out by now, you can get thousands of pens, pencils, forks, spoons, and knives in little to no time at all using this method. Since these items weigh little to nothing at all, transporting them around isn't an issue. You're not going to over-encumber yourself trying to carry enough items to vendors to sell to make enough caps to buy what you need. In fact, you can carry enough of these items that you can wipe out every single vendor on the map. I typically buy up all their ammo, all their aid items, I check for any interesting weapons and armor, and then I take all their caps. You're only limited by the cooldown timer that it takes for the vendor to restock. Well, that's my infinite caps machine. I hope you liked it, I hope you learned something, and I hope you can make some caps with it. Thanks for watching.